Hello everybody, welcome back to the 40k Lowdown, and in today's video I am giving my review of the Lord Commander of Cadia, Lord Castellan Creed. So my main point about Castellan Creed is that he is basically a no-brainer to take in your Cadian army in my opinion, because he is 70 points and 4 power. And when you look at how much a company commander is and what you get for them, in my opinion, I don't know why, unless you absolutely couldn't cut 30 points or whatever, the differences between Creed and a company commander out of your list, I don't know why you wouldn't take Creed. So first off, we'll look at his stats, and there's obviously his stats aren't the main thing about why he's actually any good. I very rarely shoot with him, because of where I position him in the field. I very rarely, well actually I don't think I've ever been in combat with them. So yeah, his movement obviously 6, that's standard for a guard and just infantry in general. His weapon skill and skill are 3, which is fine, because if you're playing him right, in my opinion, he should be absolutely nowhere near being in a fight. Strength and toughness 3, standard for guard again. 4 wounds, which is enough because you should be bubble wrapping him quite well with a command squad and maybe some support units at the back, like keep him with some mortar teams. And then 3 attacks again. If he's in combat, I think you've done it wrong. Leadership 9, of course, that's what you would expect, and save of 4+. Obviously his stats aren't the thing that makes him a really great unit, but obviously you've got to go through them when you're reviewing a unit, just because it's on the data sheet, isn't it? So then his war gear, he's got 2 hotshot las pistols, and they've only got 6-inch range, but the hotshot las pistols are pretty good in my opinion. As long as you're within range, they're a decent weapon to maybe take out one guy or something. But obviously, as I've already said on multiple occasions, I've very rarely actually used him for any shooting or combat. Yeah, he's got a power sword as well. If for some reason someone deep strikes him behind you or something and manages to get into combat with you, he's got a power sword, so he could probably hold his own a bit with his 3 attacks. But then his abilities is what really sets him apart from anyone else, really. So he's got voice of command, obviously, because he's what's the word, company commander type guy. So he can give out orders, which are absolutely essential for playing guard. And because of his supreme commander ability, his voice of command has a range of 12 inches rather than 6, I think it is, for a regular company commander. And also he gets 3 3 orders per turn, which is pretty good in my opinion, especially when you couple it with the Cadian Warlord trait, which means that every time you use an order on a 4+, you also get to give that order to another unit within the range of voice of command. So in reality, you're actually looking at getting about 4 or 5 orders per turn on average. And when you're playing with a lot of guardsmen squads like I do, that's really useful for helping your guardsmen squads to actually do some serious damage to your opponent and really make the guardsmen worth their points. And then another good thing about making him a warlord is that you get an extra 2 command points if he's your warlord in a battle-forged army. So for me, this basically means that even in quite small games, I can get 8 command points from just having a battalion and Creed as the warlord. And 8 command points, in my opinion, in sort of a small-ish game, like saying if I'm playing 50 power or something like that, in a smallish game like that, 8 command points is more than enough to do whatever you need to do to use pretty much any stratagems you want. You can reroll willy-nilly, to be honest, with 8 command points. But yeah, and then he's also got a refractor field, which gives him that 5-pin run that is kind of nice if he gets shot by anything with a rend, really. And so that's pretty much it for like the actual stats, and then we're sort of going to give my opinions on them and how I use them. So what I do with my creed is that I stick him at the back with a command squad, obviously the command squad with the Voxcaster to increase the range of the orders, and then I bubble wrap him up with a squad of guardsmen at the front to protect him from the front, to stop people sort of deep striking him next to him, so that maybe like 6 inches away from him on the front or whatever, to sort of protect him from deep striking from the front. And then behind him I generally keep 2 units of mortar teams, so 6 mortar teams, because obviously if you're being Cadian then you get to reroll 1s to hit, and then Creed can order them to take aim, I think the order's called, where you get to reroll everything if you haven't moved. So basically it just makes the mortar teams so much better because they're re-rolling all hit rolls, so it makes the mortar teams really powerful, and also it sort of protects them if you've had to deploy him like maybe more than 9 inches away from the board edge for some reason. It protects him from behind, and just sort of protects him from being outflanked and surprised from the back. Obviously, I'd say that having a Voxcaster in your command squad, with anyone really, if you're using a company commander or whatever, it's pretty much essential, because otherwise it doesn't matter as much with Creed, but otherwise you're gonna have to really like bunch up your guardsmen, and that's not what you want to do, especially in an objective-based game where you want to have your guys spread out. So just having sort of Creed in the middle at the back with a Voxcaster, if you're playing on like a 2x2 board, then I mean like 2 tiles by 2 tiles, not 2 foot by 2 foot. That really sort of helps to keep your army like pretty much wherever your guardsmen are, helps to keep them like usable with the orders and stuff. So that is my rundown of Lord Castellan Creed. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope that you found it interesting. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next time.